Hey guys, Tyler from TGK Motorsport here. On today's video, we are going to be doing the D4 front and rear sway bar install. We have the front and rear adjustable solid sway bars. This is going to fit the A8, A8L, and then the S8, and then obviously the S8 Plus. The kit is going to come with everything that you need for the install. It's going to come with obviously the front and rear sway bars. It's going to come with the rear sway bar hardwares because these are a single time use, at least from the old ones. The bushings for the rear, the mounts for the rear, which are billet aluminum. Then you got like the side-by-side locks for the rear, supply some grease. The front bushings for the front bar because they're bigger than OEM. The tools that you're actually gonna need for this, there isn't that many, is you're gonna need a M10 triple square. That's for like the rear mount. 16 millimeter wrenches are gonna be for basically all the bolts that you need to remove. You can use sockets too. I just use wrenches because it's easier. You are going to have a 13 millimeter, which is going to be for the front bar, the nuts for the studs that are already on there. You are going to need a T25 Torx. That is to remove, because you have to remove basically all the under trays, the rear under trays, basically the engine under trays to expose the front bar. Depending on the exhaust that you have, you are going to have to drop it down. This one has an exhaust that's fully welded. So we weren't able just to remove like the rear section. We had to literally drop the entire exhaust down. So we didn't really include that because not every car is going to have to do that. You can do this on like jack stands, but when you want to torque it, like torque everything down, you want the car to be at ride height before you torque all the sway bars down. The front sway bars are going to be reusing the OEM covers. The sway bars are adjustable. So it's going to the front and rear have 3 holes. The furthest hole is going to be the softest setting. The furthest hole, like the closest to like the curve, is going to be the stiffest setting. If you have like factory sway bar end links, you are basically going to only be able to get to like the softest hole because that's going to be the OEM hole location. So you can get some adjustable sway bar end links to reach on that. So now we're going to move over to start installing the sway bars on the car. So the first order of business is when you have the exhaust dropped down, you need to remove the 4 bolts that hold the sway bar to the body of the car. Not the end links, but the actual body. Because what can happen is if you try to remove the end links first, you will probably snap the bottom bolt on the lower control arm. So it's just easier just to remove the 4 first and then you go to the end links. The socket that you're gonna need for that is an M10 triple square. So they're gonna fit obviously right in there. So let's remove the 2. You will not be using those bolts anymore. They are one-time use, they stretch. So I have new bolts that come with it. After that, now you can loosen up the end link. I would loosen up the top first. And I would remove the bottom end link bolts last because those are the ones that tend to break depending if your car is like in the salt belt or depending on like where it's at. So to remove the end link bolts, it is 2 16 millimeters. After you got the sway bar freed up, I found the best way to do it, just because of the bend, is to shove it over sideways. Take one end out, and then out your OEM bar. All right, so now to remove the front bar, it's the same concept. You remove it from the body first, then you loosen like the sway bar end links and all that stuff. It is a 13 millimeter. So what I'm gonna do is remove all 4 of them. Now the bar is gonna be stuck up there. I just have the bolts loosened up for recording's sake. So the Swaybar end links are gonna be 216 millimeters again. So 16 millimeters. I have them loosened up already. Now with both the bolts out, just tilt her out and the bar's out. So we're gonna put the front bar on first. After everything has been removed, we're gonna take the grease, smear a little grease in here. Bar is gonna go, open it up, put it around. Do the same for the other side. Smear a little grease in there. Open her up. Then the OEM bracket is going to sit on the side that has like the full face collar. They'll sit in there like this, and we put it in the car. It just sits like that. And then same thing for the other side. So the open face where the cut is going to be on like the body side of everything, and this will smush it down. To the left. Easiest thing to do. Wow, she's really spinny now. Is go over, careful of your height sensors. Come over, get the other one in. Get that started. This is gonna be the piece that you are going to tighten last. So you do everything reverse order of taking it apart. It's just easier to support it when it's like this. Now with sway bars, you have to torque everything while it's at ride height, otherwise you're gonna cause, basically your bushings are gonna be twisted, unless you have like spherical sway bars where they spin. For OEM, you definitely need to do it while it is on the ground. So we're just gonna get everything lined up for now. So off this hole, through the hole. We're gonna do this on the 4-post just for the sake of video, for tightening it down. From the other side. Put her through. Then you need the 13 millimeter to tighten this. Go up evenly. So we will torque that down when it's on the 4-post at ride height. And then the 16 millimeters for the end one. I just like use a ratchet-ended sockets. It's obviously not torqued down yet. If you have lowering links, I would personally remove them just in case you bump them. Don't want to be snapping plastic arm by accidentally hitting it with a wrench or anything. We are just doing the softest setting on the front. Okay. Now, your front's installed. If you have your means of doing it, you can put it on the ground, reach underneath, torque that up. Could probably get blocks underneath your tires, something to get it at ride height. Torque these all up, then you can put your under trays on. We are gonna do this on the 4-post, so we'll just record it when we get it on the 4-post. Now that we're gonna install the rear, I'm gonna obviously put the same grease inside here. So Side here. Now these are going to be installed like so. Same thing. This one's a little bit stiffer. That's what she said. And then this goes over. That's ready to get mounted. Obviously, same thing, other side. Put a little more grease in here. This might be easier to do depending on how your exhaust setup is, just to do it when it's up, fake, roughly mounted in your car. But just gonna do it here. This will sandwich once we have it installed. These, once we have them installed, are just gonna be put to lock the bar in place so the bar doesn't do this while it's mounted on the car. So now we're gonna take our 4 bolts, have to use brand new ones, 10 millimeter, fit right on it. Take the bar to the car, snake it in the same exact way you took it out. So when you install this, there's a really, just imagine a wide U. So it's gonna be going down like that. This part right here clears the upper control arm, so that you can't install it this way. It has to be this way. Same way, put it in on a side, snake it over, get it past the arms, lower control arms, this way, get it up there. Then you take your 4 bolts, put a little never seize on there so they never seize up. Get it started. That one started. So now that this is just basically snugged up there, I'm gonna put the end link bolt in. Again, this might be easier if you remove the wheel, but we have the convenience of a lift, so we didn't remove it for the video. Basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna tighten it in reverse order. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the top end link bolt, torque that down, then do the bottom one, that is a 16 as well. And then you're gonna tighten the ones that secure it to the body. Then after that, we have the clamps. We're gonna clamp it so the sway bar cannot sway side to side. Now after you got the sway bar end links done, you're gonna torque these down. So it's just 10 millimeter. Again, this exhaust is a pain. Now you're gonna torque the front. It's 216 millimeters. Torque the end links first. Okay, that one's torqued. All right, so that's gonna conclude our install. So after you have everything torqued down, you're just gonna put on all your under trays. Like I said, I'm not gonna show that in video because there's like 50 bolts. So basically just drive it around, make sure you don't hear any squeaking. If you have everything torqued down, it should not squeak. That's gonna conclude the install of our D4 sway bars. Thanks for watching. Hopefully this helped. Bye.